McClue, and we are, of course, live. Dinky do to every single one of you. Lovely to be with you. 9:15 on Thursday evening. That is the big one. Feel free to come and join us. So much to talk about and so little time to do it in. We had a little bit of a technical problem there with one of the sites, but it seems to have sorted itself out, and that's what matters. So do feel free to come and join me. You're watching Scottie McClue, and we are, of course, live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. That's the big one. That's what it's all about. Welcome, welcome, I say. It's going to take a little bit more than a tiny bit of technical trouble to stop McClue coming and seeing all of you. I can tell you that. And what I'll do is dinky do. There we are. I'll just send you a quick dinky do. I don't know if you saw me pop up, but there we are. Very strange. There we go. Wonderful. Who have we got here? You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty. It's Kareem. How are we?
Kareem, how are you're first on again? It's wonderful.
Yeah,
Kareem, you didn't get a notification about 15 minutes ago, did you?
No, I just got the notification just now.
Right. How very strange. So obviously the stream wasn't actually going out.
Right.
I was sitting chatting away and I thought, what's happening? And then it just mysteriously shut down. So I thought, right, we'll just open it up again.
Well, I knew from earlier on you put that you would be on at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
9:05, I thought, well, there's no notifications up yet. And then that's me just got it now.
So there we are. Oh, that's good. Anyway, the important thing is we're here.
We're here now for a wee chit-chat.
We are here for a chit-chat. How has your day been?
It's been interesting just with work. I won't go into details, but as you know, within the education, it's always challenging every day.
Always, every day is a school day, as they say, Kareem.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But we've got a wee question to think about that, and for any callers potentially. And I dealt with an incident that I was verbally abused by a member of the public. And this was during, obviously, I won't go into details, but it was during class time. I was out with my class during the public. So I did report it to the campus police officer.
Good.
And the police officer went and cautioned the person. However, the person seemingly has a history. So I won't go into details, etc. But the point I wanted to put across is what I see from observation is when you look at people that have an encyclopedia practically of things that they've done wrong throughout their lives,
yes,
they tend to get a slap in the wrist.
Yes.
However, if it's somebody that's got no record, no nothing, and then something happens, they get the book thrown at them, they get made an example of. And I'm just thinking, are we as a society going the wrong way in terms for discipline?
Well, you see, it's very interesting. As far as I understand it, you can't take previous offences into account when sentencing somebody, right? As far as I understand it. But how often do you see reports of cases in the paper where it says the sheriff deferred sentence awaiting background reports?
Right, interesting.
You see? So these now, we'll not go into all the ins and outs because it's quite a tricky area and it's a bit of a legal minefield. But it's very interesting, that sort of thing. Sauce for the goose, sauce for the gander, I've always thought. Definitely innocent until proved guilty. But when proved guilty, I think they need to be, not too lenient these days. And I think there's a new culture of thinking. You see all these half-witted idiots filming police officers and going, no, wait a minute, you can't approach me. I'm a member of the public. All that sort of thing. Now, a police officer should be able to approach any member of the public, ask them further details, and if they're not forthcoming, say, well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to take further action.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what they're there for, to serve and to help the public. There was a study, I don't know if you've seen it the other day in the paper, regarding the police, that over, I think, 52, 53, if I can't remember, would be in favour of carrying a weapon, a gun, the police force, in order to feel safe, in order to do their job properly. Now, I think from what I read in comments on social media, majority of the public were against that. But I see what goes on. Like, I've seen a lot of things what the police have to put up with, and these people that I would say maybe is it a taser, you call it, the electrical?
The taser gun.
Taser, sorry.
And if you get some half-wit who's high on something, they can bring them down fairly swiftly with that.
Yeah, I think that police should be issued with that at least minimum just now, because I think that would do the job, as you said. It would bring anybody down, and instead of actually...
See, your problem is your crim, who's got a bit of a crim mind and a bit of a crim track record, and they'll blame it on their background. I know people that were brought up with virtually nothing. They're not criminals, you know, so I'm afraid I don't always fall for this. But, you know, what they see at home, what they're brought up with, blah, blah. Now, you know, if you have an understanding, in the old days gone by, when there were razor gangs on the street, you had to have an understanding that you never, ever harmed a cop, or that was a serious life sentence.
Yes.
Do you know? And obviously, if you killed a police officer, it was hanging. You were hung for it, you know, that sort of thing. That would be the end of that. So, and we've seen that there are famous cases about it. Now, I think there has to be some kind of understanding that the police have a job to do to protect the public. And if the crims are carrying weapons, that needs to be very, very heavily punished. Very heavily punished. But I think going down the road of arming the police in this country, you see, when I was small, Kareem, back in the day, as we say, here we go with my anecdotage, I could just hear the violins striking up. But back in the day, the police had a checked cap, a peak cap, a small baton, I think the thing would be about a foot long, and a whistle. And that was it. And then they got radios. But the police, they happened to be very in physically good shape. They knew how to deck somebody. They knew how to restrain somebody. They knew how to hold somebody. They knew how to take somebody into custody. They walked about in pairs. Yeah, and they were just keeping an eye open for public nuisances. Now you've got all this kind of craziness, racing away in cars, thinking they can run from the police, putting the public in serious danger. Yeah? So that's the idea, and they will get caught. And I mean, you notice in these chase things that you see in the telly, when they do catch them, they say he got 3 months, you know, and he was banned from driving for 2 years. You know, and you think, no, get that person off the road forever.
Yeah, no, I agree with you totally. It's the same with animal cruelty as well.
Yep.
That how many times have someone's had a pitiful fine, and you know they're not allowed to own a dog for two years, when there was a case of that recently, that somebody actually killed their dog through neglect by not feeding the dog.
No.
So they've got a ban. I think it was 5 years, a ban for 5 years. I thought, wow, that is just absolutely shocking. You know?
No, you must never keep an animal again because you're not fit to.
Absolutely. And I know it's jumping topic, but that you've got a lot of people that cannot look after themselves, never mind bringing an animal, a dog like that, into their house.
Kareem, was it you that told me there were thousands of dogs now had to be handed in after the COVID?
Yes, it was down Ayrshire. I was at my friend's, and I've never seen this before, Scotty, but I do give money to the Dogs Trust.
Yes.
I do donate money towards that. And it was like the Dogs Trust workers that were going from door to door.
Yeah. So
went to my pal's house, and I was in because I know his dog's quite noisy, so I thought they were there to speak to him about his dog. But he said, no, I went and donated £10. I said, really? He said, you could do that online. I said, yeah, but I'd rather give the money. They were asking for it because within Ayrshire, from the start of lockdown, they've had about 90,000 dogs. Obviously, people were buying dogs, as you know, to get out of the house, but now lockdown's over, they have no time for these lovely animals, so they're just getting rid of them. It's heartbreaking.
Oh, Kareem. Right, now listen, so much to talk about tonight. Tonight's the 20th anniversary of 9/11. And I've just posted a video up on TikTok, and and I'll put it up on YouTube as well, about what happened that night to myself.
Right.
Yes.
You'll get a lot of viewers in terms of TikTok with the American viewers. That will be very close to heart. So
yes, very interesting. What happened, Kareem, very briefly, you maybe heard me say it before, but I came in from work in the afternoon about 4 o'clock, and I thought I was watching some disaster movie like Towering Inferno, and I saw planes flying into these towers. And I thought, what is this? I've not seen this before. And then it was a news report live. Well, it wasn't live by that stage. It was coming from America. But it was a news report on a rolling news channel. And I thought, for goodness sake. Anyway, the next thing, the buzz was phone calls back and forward. Each radio station's pulling their phone in tonight, because a lot of radio stations had phone ins. And they said, they're pulling the phone in tonight. No, it's not the night for a phone in. I said, look, this is just exactly what people need to do. They need to talk. We must let the people come together on a night like this. So I went on, and it was the most incredible, spectacular, unusual, strange program. With one lady who phoned to say that her son had a meeting at 9 o'clock at the World Trade Center. And he was stuck in his tube down in the metro. And he phoned her at lunchtime to say, Ma, it's me, I'm okay.
Yeah. She would have been so happy.
Do you know, so a call like that, and then we played the 2 national anthems at the end, Kareem, you know, and America and the UK, and everybody was talking about what an incredible program, because we'd let the people speak.
About it.
Yeah.
The 2 things I remember, Scottie, that I remember doing was 9/11 and when Princess Diana sadly passed away.
Yes.
And when it was Princess Diana, I was actually in the shower, and my brother was banging the door and obviously got the news, so we were in shock. And I remember when it was the 9/11, I was walking back home from college, and then obviously the news was hitting, and it was just a disbelief what was actually happening. Couldn't believe it at all. So those 2 events will always stick in my mind, what I was doing at that time.
What we're doing at that time. And you're too young to remember. We used to say to people, where were you when President Kennedy was shot?
Well, I don't think my parents wouldn't have been even together at that time.
There you are. Amazing. Kareem, lovely talking to you, and a big dinky do.
Thank you, Scottie, for taking my call. Speak to you later.
God bless you, sir. What a fine fellow. There's Kareem. Now, so much to talk about. Let's see your comments, guys. What have we got here? Scottie, you're awfully late, son. Don't do it again. Some of us were panicking in case they're going to be phoning. Wasn't actually my fault, believe it or not, Numpty Heat, because we had a technical trouble. We started several times. Did you do Scottie McClue? Says Kevin Dodds. Check out the video. So there we are. Yes, Suzanne. Hope you are Mrs. Well Tenerife. Very hot tonight. Stay safe. Sir David. Sir David's in Tenerife. Does anyone else here, apart from me and Scottie, that watches the Yobos cheeking up to the police with their mobile phones? I give to the Dogs Trust too, my favourite charity. They've been there for Dina the Dog in the past. It's not 9/11 today, Scottie. It's Saturday. Suzanne, what is the date today? There we are. Oh, yes, the 11th. Yes, the 9th. Oh, well, 20th anniversary on Saturday. So we can talk about it then. I see what you mean. I think people probably have got mixed up with the 9th because the date's the other way about. So there we are, 9/11 rather than 11/9. My mother used to get Xmas cards from the Dugs. She used to sponsor when she was here. Yes, indeed. Hello, Scottie Dinky-Doo. Hello, Aaron. Hi, Scottie. How are you? Susan Shaw. How lovely to have you with us. And a big dinky-doo. Now, I think we'll bring the TikTokers back in for a bit of a chit-chat. What do you think, folks? I think it's only fair. Now, remember, tomorrow night, the 2nd of our big Friday night phone-ins. So there we are. That is what we are talking about today. So today's the 9th, not the 11th. That's that. I'll pop that in there. And then we can go live here on TikTok. Fantastic. Because I couldn't do it before because we had a wee technical problem. Wonderful. Hi, Scottie. How are you? We're fine, Susan. Lovely to have you with us. Dinky-Doo says, Bobo. Bobo. Lovely to have you with us. You're watching Scottie McClue, hashtag FloatEye, and the megaphone in. Now I'm going to go live with the TikTokers. We popped up earlier, but with a wee bit of the old technical trouble. And I thought, that's never going to work. Can't do that. So there we are. So we'll just say brilliant welcome, welcome, TikTokers. Then we need tougher laws, especially when it comes to emergency service personnel being abused. Stephen, the police, the fire brigade, the ambulance crews, the doctors, the nurses, security people, even the parking wardens. There should never, ever, ever be any abuse towards these people. You know, so important. Evening, Larry Guy. Scottie, I was waiting for you patiently. How are you, sir? La Hoop, how lovely to have you with us, and a big dinky do. La Hoop, we are joining us live on YouTube, Facebook, and of course on Twitch. Fantastic. Hiya, says Andrew. Dinky do, Andrew. Lovely to have you with us. And I say welcome. There we are. The Scottie McClue YouTube phone in. Call Scottie now 01416289795. How good is that? Now, guys, if you're on TikTok, in front of you, you'll see the YouTube URL. If you tap that, you'll see it beside just below my bio, where it says bio about Scottie McClue. There's your link to YouTube. Tap that, and you can join us live on the phone in. How good is that? Fantastic. Yes, thank you, Lahoob. I hope all is well with you. He can't answer me. Who can't answer you, Brian? Why is somebody not answering Brian? Dinky do, sir. Dinky do, Margaret Gibb. So there we are. Who's not answering you, Brian? Do tell us. We're very interested. Fantastic. Come and join us if you've just joined us on TikTok. A very, very warm welcome. You are live with Scottie McClue. There we go. Dinky do, sir. Margaret, dinky do, madam. I would say to you, you're going to the Battle of the Pans. There's a Battle of the Pans, even to get a bus these days. How's your day been? Looking very handsome today, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, fine people. We are loyal to the crown. Well, everybody's loyal to the crown. That's why we have the crown. Only a half-witted idiot would say no. New poll today, Scottie, 51% yes for independence. Aha! Let's hope these polls are spot on. Dinky do, Scottie, says Craig. Shout out for the Pans. Preston Pans. Are you a fan of darts, Scottie? I've only played once. A friend said to me, come and I'll show you how to play. And apparently I thrashed him in my first game. So I was throwing these darts and he was going, oh, wow. I said, is that good? Oh, hey. So there you go. But I don't really know anything about it. What happened to the fatties, says Brian. I hope they didn't eat themselves to death, Brian, with the cream cakes and chips. Have you a new hat? Well, I've had it for a week or two, but it is very spectacular. And I thought I'd pop it on. Hashtag FloatEye. Scrag, how lovely to have you with us, and Dinky Doo on the TikTok, and to everybody on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. Welcome, welcome, welcome with our live pop-up. You can phone in. There we go. Scottie, your banner's not on the screen with your name and call-in number. Well, it should be. I could tell you, Kareem. I find that very strange. You're not watching TikTok, are you? Let me see if I can get it to do that. There we are. How's that? Is there something there, Kareem? Tell me. Do tell. Spill the beans. LMFAO. Cool. Cool, Brian. Absolutely. LMFAO. Cheerio, El Drox. Love the hats, Historian Chauffel, one of my most loyal followers. There we are. So cool. This is cool, Brian, isn't it? Hoping you're well, my friend. You too, Brian. Very important to have you on. What made you think I couldn't answer you? Yeah. It's up now, yes. Now, Kareem, keep watching and tell me if this goes up, if we've got something else. Right? There we are. Is there something else up there now, Kareem? That's what I'm interested in. And tell me if that comes up, Kareem. All right, very important. Scottie, what's your opinion on the 2022 exams possibly being cancelled? Well, Elizabeth, We'll have to just wait and find out what's happening, because obviously we've had a lot of this. You know what I mean? Over the piece. And people are getting thoroughly fed up. Tell me if it's up there, Kareem. Number is there, says Mark. Yeah, number's now showing. That's it up now. That's your number. Everything up there, guys. And people can give us a ring. Thank you for that. I think I had to refresh it. We like to have a refreshment. Loved your radio shows in the early 2000s. Bill, what you should do is click on the YouTube URL there. You'll see it just at my bio. Yeah, if you click on that and go onto YouTube, you can subscribe, tap the bell, and watch us live. How amazing is that? Can we get a wee tune on the squeeze box, sir? Margaret, we can, yes. Permission to land, Scottie. Andrew Downey. There we are, AD03, AD03. If you'll head over for runway 01, 01 is clear. And if you want to prepare your final approach, we have you in visual. Thank you. Over. There we are, Scottie. It's gone now on the YouTube feed, says Kareem. Gone on the YouTube feed. It shouldn't have done that. So there we are. We have to see what's going on there. Number went off on your third click. Third click, no good. Right, let's see what's happened here. Let's get back here with the numbers. I say to you. Okay, what's up now, guys? Are you getting anything there? That's what I need to know. Tell us what's happening there. Okay, have you got the number up? How you doing, Scottie boy? We're Dinky Doo. Stevie boy, lovely to have you with us. Dinky Doo to all our beautiful TikTokers, to all our beautiful YouTubers, Twitchers, and Facebookers. I'm trying to find out what's going on here, guys. We're at the chat. It's up now, yes. Numbers now showing, There we are. I always tuned into Scottie and Century back in the late 90s. Great radio. That was an outstanding station. I wish you'd heard Hallam FM and Viking and Radio City in Liverpool and Manchester and Scott FM in Glasgow and Edinburgh and Stirling. The blue one's up now. Back in business, sir. Leave it alone. The number's showing. But is it showing on YouTube? Yes, it's up now. Thank you. Right, we'll leave that up and people can give us a bell. I'm supposed to be doing my GCSE exams in 7 months. Do you think it will happen or not? Elizabeth, I couldn't possibly say because I cannot predict because I don't run the exam board and I'm not a leading politician in the Scottish government. TikTok, okay. Fantastic. Yes, indeed. Hi, Sir McClue. Geodog, what a privilege to have you with us. I was reading your comment. I'm not sure if you were with us about the broadsword, the claymore. Dinky Doo Lenzok. How lovely to have you with us on the TikTok. And Geodog, can you get on to the YouTube and can you get on to the Facebook and the Twitch? That's what we wonder. Yes, it's up now. The number's up now. Is the number up on YouTube? Can somebody tell me? There we are. Get on to the YouTube channel. Come on. Numpty Heed, you're slacking. Hi, Scottie. Do you have any jokes to cheer up a miserable Wonky? Wonky, you need to get yourself onto my TikTok videos today, and there's a lovely wee joke for you. Yes, a fellow Scotsman, says Connor. Absolutely, Connor. We are TikTok's top talk show. Good morning, sir. Good morning, True Blue Floors. Lovely to have you with us. Good morning. There we are. Brian says the fatties paid double fare in the buses because they take up 2 seats. Quite right, too. What's the topics tonight? I've just tuned in. Margaret, we've been talking about people who abuse public servants verbally and threaten them. They need to be seriously jailed. There we are. Looking good. Absolutely, Numpty Heed. You too, sir. There we are. So that's what we're talking about. How's your day been, Scottie? Lenzok, has been an incredible day. Incredible. Hello from east of Mombasa, Scottie. John Colts. Jambo. I say to you, Jambo, Kenya. And Jambo, is it Kenya or Kenya? Which do you prefer? Jambo, broadsword calling Danny boy. Name the film. Kulelo. Name the film. Who can name the film where the code was broadsword calling Danny boy? Broadsword calling Danny boy. Broadsword calling Danny boy. Danny boy, Broadsword, this is Danny Boy. Father McCLUE speaking. Deep hard going through Edinburgh tonight, Scottie. Andrew. A change in temperature, the hot and the cold meeting. What's it like in the new town then? Is that where it is? It hovers around there. Fantastic. Very, very creepy. Lahoob, dinky doo. Hello there, Scottie. Larry Guy, what's insulting you? Do tell us. Yes, indeed. Extreme har and eye mouth all day. Numpty heat, did it not burn off? That's usually what happens to a har. It burns off. I say to you, greetings from Glasgow. On TikTok, you're back on, Angela? Yes, we are. Wasn't that where eagles dare? Says the wonderful Geodog. Geodog, we cannot throw you at all. It was indeed the wonderful Where Eagles Dare. How amazing is that? This is brilliant. Having the phone in back, Scottie. Andrew, tremendous, and feel free to phone anytime. Scottie, I think there's two that need to go down the Swanee. We'll keep an eye for them. There's the wonderful Maria Knight, always being so generous, Maria. Thank you. You're an angel. Maria sent me silver boxing gloves. So everybody better behave. Yeah, there you go. Fantastic. Now then, thank you for joining us, guys. Lovely, 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 and appreciate it. Yes, I think it's been a very good idea, Andrew, to have the phone in back. Anything interesting planned for the weekend? Well, Friday night, we're live on here on the phone in, on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Facebook. So can I suggest, Maria Knight, what are you doing? Guys, Maria Knight is live on TikTok. Maria is perhaps the most generous woman in the world. She has spoiled Scottie McClue with gifts since I started live streaming. The TikToks, Maria must have sent a fortune. She's just sent me a diamond king worth a fortune. Maria, thank you, angel. You're such a princess. A diamond king. Zimbabwe, seems grim, Mike. Zimbabwe. Yes, we've got you. You don't need to spam us. So on the Saturday night, Craig Cochrane, I'll be live here for you on the phone in YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and we'll bring in the TikTokers. That's about £12, says John Goals. Maria has spent a fortune on Scottie McClue. Spoiled me. Absolutely spoiled me. She's so good. Sorry, says Grim. Not at all, Grim. No. I was just explaining that we had seen you. We didn't need to spam. Woo! Quick comfort break. A mop down. There we are. So very, very busy, I say. My name just caught me. There we are. Stealing her cheddar. Now she won't talk to me. Oh, CJ. Are you a football hooligan? No, Matt. I'm not even a football fan. So you mustn't judge everybody by yourself, Matt. There we are. Fantastic stuff. Now, oops, cameraman slipped there. That can happen. Name a football for an edit. No, we don't do that anymore. We used to do it, but it became a bit trolly. You know, as if people were just trolling. And that sort of idea. They say the same things. Saw you crying in the supermarket. Foot review. Hi, do you support BLM? Do you support LGBTQ? I saw you crying in another supermarket. You're my dad. All that sort of stuff. And these are just wee trolls who can't handle a live stream. They don't know how to do it. Nice to see you, Dinky Doo. Are you a transgender? I don't think so, but I will check. You know, absolutely not a problem. Y'all read 10, we're all read. I don't do it. No, you don't, Dara. I've not been watching you in ages, Scottie. I just need to send you a gift, Maria. You're just so beautifully kind. And as you know, that all goes to a very, very good cause. That's why we've got such fantastic equipment. Well spoken, Sir Scottie. Doon the Swanee with a soccer hooligan. There we are. Yes, absolutely. I mean, if he's asking about hooliganism in soccer, you can almost bet your bottom dollar or your bottom rand, Geodog, that the guy's a football hooligan. And he's looking for people to pal him up so he doesn't feel so bad when he sobers up. Haven't you been somewhere? Haven't seen you in ages. Well, we're live on YouTube right now. And if you look at my bio, if you're on TikTok, just below it, you'll see the link to the YouTube channel. Come and join us. Subscribe and tap the bell. I'm not transgender, but I am a lesbian. Dear dog, yes, I think I have lesbian tendencies. There's no doubt about it. I thought you might be going to transmit the festival at the weekend with the youths, says Craig. Yes, indeed. Evening, Mr. McClue, says the wonderful Jerry. Looking forward to being back round the dining room table on a Friday and a Saturday night. Oh, it's going to be big stuff, Andrew. I can tell you. Have you told Pop? There we are. Can you shout out to my pal Joe for his birthday? Yes, I can. Absolutely. I have to self-isolate on my birthday next week. Katie, this is what happens, but we must go along with the science. So there we are. That's what it's all about, I say. Now, I can't believe I've been up for half an hour. Just amazing. Hello, Scottie from Dunoon. Not been for a while. Mum's passed away 3 weeks ago. Very sorry to hear that. Yes, and your mum was in Dunoon, Sean. A fine part of the world. There we are. Evening, Scottie, your friend Long John here. Can we get a huge shout out for my good friend Joey G, Mr. Dinky Doo himself. Unreal, sir. John Colts, lovely to have you with us. And Dinky Doo. Fantastic. We've got such a superb turnout here, guys. This is just amazing. And what a brilliant phone in. Another couple of good calls. So we've got 9/11, the anniversary coming up on Saturday. Yes, because the date's the wrong way around, I think people are getting confused. And they were telling me, of course, it's the 20th anniversary. So I've done a TikTok for you, but it'll keep. Good evening, lovely man. Thank you so much. Very, very kind of you. Grim Mike has sent me a beautiful present. I thank you, Grim Mike. He sent me a packet of tea. Well, I'm just having a cup of tea now, Grim Mike. So that'll go down very well. Ah, there we have it. Now then, who have we got here? Dinky Doo, thank you. Thank you for all your likes, Maria, and for your beautiful, beautiful Diamond King. Oh, in Scotland, there's beer. Some people said there isn't enough in England. Oh, there we are. Yes. Oh, no, wait. There'd be trouble if there wasn't beer in Scotland, I think. Guys, can you all get tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap? I'm needing 10,000 likes on the TikTok. Thank you very much. We're sitting at 1,100. We can do a lot better than that. I did a pop-up for just a few minutes one day, and we got 10,000 likes. Everybody needs to start tapping their screens. Big style. Come on, TikTokers, follow me, and then start tapping your screens. This is for the big people on here. Everybody, tap, tap, tappity, tappity, tap. What did you used to drink, Scotty boy? LaHoop, I did drink beer when I was quite young. And then when I went to Yorkshire, where they have some of the best beer in the world, I changed to cider. And I loved my cider. And then about 6, 7 years ago, I just chucked the whole lot all together so I could drive any time of the day or night. Dinky Doo, everybody. Tap, tap, tappity, tap. Come on, TikTokers, you are slacking. Has everybody followed me? That's the one we want. Scotty, I'm thinking of starting a GoFundMe so I can buy the odd sandwich. Professor Numpty, you gave away all your money to Scottie McClue to start the phone in. There you are. Wonderful. That's what it's all about. I could pop your comment up on the screen, but we don't want the number to disappear again. That's the stuff. Now, who have we got? Ryan, don't know what you're talking about. Can you tie a bow tie? I can, Ali, and have done on many an occasion. Because you see, we wear a bow tie with the kilt. Fantastic. Get tapping. Come on, let's see. We get these numbers. They should be up in the 50s and 60s, not in the 30s. There you go. Get these numbers up. Cool, Scotty. I'm a cider man myself. Any particular one you drank the all the time? Well, I won't do any adverts, but we're probably on the same one. There we go. It's strong, and you could tie it round your tie. Just sent 382 likes to Sean. Sean, thank you very much. You're a top man. There we are. That is tremendous. If you've just joined us, folks, you're watching Scottie McClue. We're live on YouTube, Facebook and Twitch. I want you to go and follow every single one of them. Subscribe to the YouTube. We need to get the subscribers up big time. And we're also live on TikTok. And the TikTokers are tapping their screen. And we're getting the likes up to 5,800. Woo! Scottie, you're a top man. Tom Taylor, dinky doo. Scottie, you're the king. Craig says, did you see the documentary on ITV about 9/11? No, I didn't see it because I'd be setting up the stream for tonight. Did you see my TikTok about 9/11? I'll upload it to YouTube. 20 years. Excellent program. Thank you, Jerry. Very, very kind of you. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. Sorry. There we go. Thank you. 45 beautiful TikToks from Grim Mike. Grim Mike, you're an absolute gem. That's really kind of you. And we're up to 6,600 likes. Can every single TikToker tap their screen as if it was going out of fashion? There we are. I'm tapping my head off, says Chambo. Chambo, Jambo, Chambo, I say to you. Get tapping. I want to see how high we can get these figures. And apparently, if everybody taps at the one time, they go shooting up. And they should be up in the hundreds by now. There we are. It's so strange. You know, it's very difficult. We got to, I think, 17,000 followers, and we need about another 3,500. So that's the next thing. I've started brewing my own cider, Sir Stephen. I brewed stout last week. It tasted like a well-known Irish brand. That's the stuff. Dinky do. Now, there we have it. Thank you very much. Who else have we got here? Do send us your messages. You can go live in chat. Thank you again to Maria for our beautiful gift on TikTok of a Diamond King. Oh, Maria, I do worry, though. I don't want you running out of pennies at my expense if you get the pun. Look, you're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Hi, Scottie.
Is that you, numpty head?
I need to turn the telly down.
Turn the telly down, numpty head.
I've got this numpty head.
Grim Mike says, bye, Scottie. See you another time. Thank you, Grim Mike. You're an absolute gem. There we are.
Scottie.
Yes.
I've just turned the telly down.
Good boy. That is fantastic. What a difference.
That nonsense coming out, you know. That McClue's phone and
everybody is loving it.
Now listen, Scottie, I've got tons of things to phone in about.
Go on, Ken.
And I can't remember a single one.
Oh my goodness me. Do you want to ring me back?
Terrible. But here.
We're here.
We were all panicking, Scottie.
What were you panicking about?
I got my notification McClue was on.
Oh no, you never got it at 9 o'clock.
I mean 9 o'clock, 15 minutes after 9 o'clock.
Right.
What I mean.
Well, I was up here just at the back of 9, but we had a technical problem.
Well, here, how do we know, Ken, about that then?
Well, I can't tell you because I can't get on.
We should have got notifications saying Scottie's.
Well, you don't. I don't think they send notifications to say that their stream's not working.
No, listen, you get your people to talk to my people and we can sort this out.
That's what we'll do, I think. I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
I would think your bankers know speaking to you.
Where's Chairman here? Where's McClue?
Your bankers know speaking to you for putting all that money in McClue's account.
I'll tell you, I've not had a cigarette for 3 weeks.
That is fabulous news. That's the best news I've had all day.
Well, if I thought you were going to be this long answering the phone, I could have been out for a fag.
No, you're not having any fags. These days are over.
Because I gave you all my fag money.
For you, see, fags are over.
I'll tell you.
For you, see, fag is over.
Now then, what are you talking about tonight, Scottie? What rubbish?
Well, we're talking quality stuff tonight. We had Kareem on earlier, and he was yep, and
I'm fed up with Kareem.
Listen, would you just shut up and listen?
Oh, don't you be cheeky to me.
Well, don't you be cheeky.
Your wages,
Don't you be cheeky to me.
And if I can't what your boss's name
You
was,
asked me a question and I was giving you an answer.
What?
You asked me a question and I was giving you an answer.
And what was the question, Scotty?
You said, what are you talking about tonight? And I started to tell you, and then you started cheeking up.
I don't cheek up to you, McClue. You're my mentor. I got my education for you, Scotty.
You did, boy, I'll tell you. Do you know, I met somebody that came in.
You shook my hand twice in the video signing, you know.
One of the advertisers came into the radio station one day and he says to me, he says, we learned more off you than we did at the school.
I'll tell you. Listen, Scotty, you can't the reason I skipped the school because the teachers mistook me for somebody else. They thought I was the troublemaker.
They thought you were, and it wasn't you had torn up to. All you were doing was having a kip.
No, Scotty, I was always smoking a fag round the bar.
Smoking a fag round the bike sheds.
And they thought I was, you know, the crook stuff.
Scotty, my man, it's been too long, says Graham. Scotty is a legend, says Corey Kay. How fantastic is that? Can you believe? Listen, we're very busy in Umpty, but I'll tell you, they've always got a wee bit of time for you.
Aye, but listen, see when I remember what I was going to phone you.
Phone me back, but dinner talk shecht.
I'll phone you in the morning.
Phone me in the morning, yes, we'll not be on. Dinky do.
The rubbish I was going to talk about tonight.
I can't mind what you were talking about tonight. There he goes. Right, that's fantastic. There's the wonderful Jeff Webster. Great. Love it, Jeff. Bless you. Thank you. All right, Scotty, big man. Hope you're well, says Rab. You should get a documentary in the ITV player. Tell Johnson to set it up for you. Craig, I will. When Johnson comes back, once the COVID clears, we had to send Johnson away. He had to go and isolate at his own place. There we are. Fantastic. Now, who have we got here? My man. Who's that in the phone? It's a Scottish TikToker. That's one of my callers, Scottish TikToker. Phoning into the phone-in. Come and join us on the phone-in. It'd be lovely to have you with us. And dinky do, I say to every one of you. This keeps moving and swiveling about. It's no good. Fantastic. Right. Hi, says Caron. Hi, Caron. Lovely to have you with us. And a big dinky do, I say. Tremendous. Kids smoking vapes in classrooms, says Suzanne. No, well, that should be heavily punished. I can tell you, Suzanne. Pronumpty heed some man. I think he's on a swally. I think he is, Jerry. I think he's on the swally. Fantastic. It must be 30 years since Lockerbie. Yes, it will be. When was Lockerbie? Was it 89? Yes, so it's well over 30 years. Well over 30 years. Yes, indeed. Incredible. There we are. Now, tap the TikTok. Yes, if you're watching on TikTok, everybody get tap, tap, tappity, tap. Tappity, 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 tap. Tremendous. On the phone in here, if you're watching us live on YouTube, please do subscribe. If you're watching us on Twitch, add to the followers. We had 55 followers when we came on. Last week, I think we had 2. So that's excellent. So let's get that right up through the roof. And everybody should be watching on Twitch, Scottie_McClue. Get on and get watching. And YouTube, tap the bell, subscribe. Facebook, share it. So there we are. Very important. Guys, share anything with Scottie McClue on it because we need to get the word out there. And tomorrow is the second of our big Friday night phone-ins. I can't get this to stay. Can't I get it to sit at all, son? There we are. Let me see if I can pull a wee old-fashioned broadcasting trick here. Might just manage it. Who knows? There we are. Fantastic. Right, you're watching Scottie McClue. Gosh, we've been up for 45 minutes. The Scottish people, we don't want the English on here. No, Brian, we never, ever, ever say anything anti-English, ever. The English are beautiful people who live in a beautiful country. Yeah? So Scotland has no quarrel with the English people. Scotland only wants to run its own affairs and be totally free of Westminster, bring in its own money and spend it all in Scotland. That's all. but we never, ever, ever say anything or even think anything anti our beautiful English brothers and sisters, cousins and aunts. Hello, via. My name's Michael. How are you today? Says Michael. Dinky do. There we are. Thank you very much, Must William, for my beautiful TikTok presence. You're all fingers and thumbs tonight, Scottie. Yes, we're not too bad, John Boy. It's just things won't always sit where you tell them to sit. You know, the only thing that used to sit where you told it was the dog. But he never stayed for long. He was one of these wee dogs that was so clever he would predict. I think those vapes should be banned for everyone. More young team are using them, getting a buzz. You shouldn't be getting a buzz from anything. You want the biggest high in the world, you have nothing. Fantastic. That's what it's all about. And you'll get the biggest high in the world if you have nothing. That's what I say. Yes, that's what you say, Scottie. I wonder if I can do that. I'm trying to get you somewhere where it'll just sit now. I think it's going to do that. There we are. Fantastic. Right. 9 o'clock, I say. So 10 o'clock, is it? Yes. 10 o'clock. Everybody's going for the 9 o'clock bus at 10 o'clock because McClue's told them. They have no sense of humour, says Brian. Yes, they have a huge sense of humour, Brian. Scottie McClue was massively successful in England, in London, in the Midlands, Manchester, Sheffield, Preston, Hull, Blackpool, Leeds, Liverpool, Carlisle, Newcastle, just massive. McClure, dinky do, Irish Free State. Good to see you back again. What rubbish are you talking, though? There we are. Irish Free State. We might have to dump you in a minute. The Royal Marines are the best. I was just telling that to Irish Free State, the Marines. Up the Marines, I say. I worked in England a few years ago. I was treated like a dog because of Scottish. Well, Brian, you must have had the wrong attitude. I hope when you say treated like a dog, you're talking about being treated like one of Scottie McClue's Labradors and absolutely spoiled rotten. So there we are. Ryan, we don't go into any of that stuff. That's mainstream argy-bargy stuff. You know what I mean? Everyone's talking about that. This is Scottie McClue, Ryan. We've got far more interesting things to talk about, like how are you? You know, that sort of stuff. So there you are. I'll say no more, says Brian. That's the stuff, Brian. Say no more. Always stop while you're behind. There we are. Brian needs to grow up, says Kulelo. Yes, he does. A lot of people need to grow up on here, Kulelo. Oh, it's warm in here. I still don't know what I'm going to do when I grow up. I'll tell you that. Lol. There we are. Scottie, you big hunk. Been on the radio phone in a couple of times. Love you, dinky do. Thank you so much, Barbara. So very, very kind of you. What is a Swanee, says Spider-Mate? The Swanee is a river. Have you never heard the old song, Way Down Upon the Swanee River? Far, far away. There we are. And the Queen is finished. So there we are, says Irish Free State. Irish Free State, what rubbish you talk. No matter who is in charge of the royal family at the time, the crown will always endure. Yes? And the Queen will never, ever, ever be finished. So there you go. And remember, you've had your freedom now for 99 years. So you've got nothing to moan about. Okay, cookie. There you are. The laws are outdated. No, they're certainly not. How could they possibly be? They are the curators and custodians of the crown. How could you ever be outdated? Scotland had its monarchy for 2,347 years. How's that outdated? We're looking forward to seeing it the weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you on the phone in tomorrow night and Saturday night at 10 o'clock sharp. Very, very important. It's like the Pope. They'll never, ever die. It's a position, not a person. Correct. It's an office, Kulelo. And whatever you think of the incumbent, and nobody can think of anything but good of Queen Elizabeth, then you always respect the actual office. Very important. You know, I respect Her Majesty the Queen. I respect His Holiness the Pope. I even respect, I very much respect Coelho, of course, and I even respect, who was that dafty there? Irish Free State. So there you are. Fantastic. The Royalists think there's something because they are something. They're the curators and custodians of the crown. Isn't that beautiful? Let's hope we get in the EU, says Brian. I hope so, Brian. We should never, ever, ever have come out of the EU. That was a massive mistake. The Brexiteers have betrayed and broken Britain. That's what I say. They've betrayed their country. Scottie, do you know Glenn Boyd? Any interesting stories to share? Oh, Gary, I could share a few stories about Glenn Boyd, I can tell you. For starters, dinky do, lad, dinky do, Aidan. Lovely to have you with us on the TikTok. That's what it's all about. They're nothing but half-wits. You're quite right, Irish Free State. Any anti-royalists are nothing but half-wits. Nothing but half-wits. There we are. I mean, there's absolutely nothing you can criticize Her Majesty for. Now, Irish Free State says there'll be another sovereign. Yes, of course. Deal with it, Stephen. Right away. We have a saying, the king is dead, long live the king. You're never, ever, ever without a monarch, and nor would anybody want to be. And America would absolutely give the right eye to have the British monarchy. Tremendous. They loved it. Jerry, Scottie wouldn't let Numpty who'd do the phone in, sort out the dafties. How can Scotland have a monarch for 2,300 years with the world only being 21 years old? No, it's not, Ryan. It's a lot older than that. The world is billions of years old, Ryan. 21 years old. No. That's since Jesus came. But the Scottish monarchy even predates Jesus. Yes, it goes back to the ancestors of Rhi, the ancient Celtic kings. Have you got it? Rhi. And that's why you get, when Queen Elizabeth signs something, she signs Elizabeth R. Elizabeth Regina. Latin, Regina. Right? Absolutely. The Latin for queen. If the king was signing something, when our father would sign something, he would sign it George R. and George R.I. Yes, latterly George R. Rex, Latin, the king. Le roi in French. The roi, le roi. There we are. Le roi de Soleil, the sun king, Louis XIV, Versailles. I love your posh Scottish accent. John's mum, you're very kind. 2021 AD. Yes. Well done, Professor Numpty. There we go. These single mothers, I'll tell you. Oh, Numpty, don't start. Brexit's a disaster, but it's pushed Irish unity 20 years forward. I think it's broken up the United Kingdom. I think it's pushed Scottish unity forward by a year or two. If Scotland get independence, should we bring back our monarchy? Well, we've already got our monarchy because Queen Elizabeth, axiomatically, since 1603, is the Queen of Scotland, the Queen of Scots. Scottie, if Donald Dewar was King of Scotland, he'd have been called Donald Dewar Rex on the coins. Well, Stevie, that's absolutely right, but he was the first minister. He was an elected representative. Her Majesty follows the divine bloodlines. Yes, a gift from God, I say. Now, who have we got here? Oh, my goodness, would you look at the time? What a fabulous program tonight when we got on the tremendous stuff. And we started late, so we'll finish late. We started, so we'll finish, I say. Oh, that's lush. It's so lush. Donald Dewar, I was actually watching a video of the state opening of Parliament by Her Majesty the Queen, the speech to the Queen, and Donald Dewar replying. Quite wonderful. And of course, the fabulous David Steele, our first presiding officer. Quality. Now, who have we got? John's mum says, sometimes you become a single mum through no fault of your own. Take it from one who knows. Well, no, John's mum, I mean, you became a mum through a fault, not a fault of your own, but through your own doing. There we are. Hello, Scottie Dinky Doo. I mean, you've got to remember a lot of single mums become single mums because they just can't keep their horn in their halfpenny. There is that. Scottie McClue, my best mate, dinky do. Squire Rooney, dinky do. We're not going to talk into that, so there we are. Colette, my blood bleeds green, I'll bow to no queen. No, you bow to the queen anyway, Colette, because everybody does. It's just good manners. And no matter what colour your blood is, you will have a huge respect for the queen. You just simply don't know what you're talking about. But everybody throughout the Commonwealth bows to the queen. There we are. And if you find your founder of Sinn Féin, was it Arthur Griffiths? And Arthur was a massive monarchist. So Sinn Féin was a huge pro-monarchy party. There you are, see? There's all your proper history for you. Okay, Colette. I must say, Lizzie's looking awfully braw. No, I don't have any respect. Well, Colette, you need to learn to have respect. From tonight onwards, that's all changed. And Colette now has huge respect. Yes, indeed. I mean, I have respect for you. I have respect for His Holiness the Pope. There we are. As Ian Paisley told Martin McGuinness, we don't need Englishmen to rule us. Yes, indeed, but you see, it's not a question of rule. It's a question of, would you like to foot the bill yourself? Think about that, you know. Martin McGuinness bowed to the Queen. Of course he did. He knew his respect. You know, absolutely. Everybody bows to the Queen. There were Scottie, block out these Irish independent idiots. Egypts. Rule Britannia. A good Scottish song, that, Rule Britannia. So there we are. Well, we don't want to block our Irish not out just because they have a different opinion. They're never going to learn if we just block them. So there. Good evening, Scottie, all the way from Airdrie. Nikki, lovely to have you with us and welcome. I thought we'd evolve past the divine right of kings and queens. I thought, Gallus, why would you evolve? The crown will always be your symbol of authority. And the kings and queens will always be representative in perpetuity of the original divine rights. We changed it. The divine right actually changed in 1688 when we ended absolute monarchy and started constitutional monarchy and brought in your friend William of Orange. There we are. So there we go. Do one Brit up, the glorious. Can I tell you something, Irish Free State, just so that you know? The IRA died the day Lord Mountbatten was murdered. The day Lord Mountbatten was murdered, the IRA died from the inside out. Split the movement right down the middle. Biggest mistake they'd ever made. Have got the DVD to Where Eagles Dare. Watch it, Angela. It's fabulous. So there we go. Fantastic. Colette and Irish Free State are still stuck in the past. You guys need to move forward, folks. So there we go. Irish Free State says the British Army died the day the Black and Tans were sent to Ireland. No, not at all. The British Army was sent in to protect the Catholics. Yes, indeed. Not the Black and Tans. I do agree with you. I disapprove of the Black and Tans. That was a mistake. So there we are. Like your hat. Yes, indeed. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to have to dash soon, guys. We'll move forward when Ireland's free. Ireland is free, Colette. Free as a bird, has been for 99 years. News flash. All right. Scottie, give us a wee song, Rule Britannia. There were, I might manage it on the squeeze box. I think we're going to run out of time, though, guys. I found an interesting fact. Highland Cathedral, Sir Ryan. Are you going to tell me it was written by a German? The start of the glorious revolution of King Billy, Sir Ryan. Yes. And King Billy, Ryan, as you probably know, was a very, very despicable character, a very bad man. So he shouldn't actually be celebrated. I would say that's bad. It's a budget. It is a budget. Dinky do, I say to every one of you. Guys, we're going to have to say goodbye to you on the phone in. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's been a blast. Fantastic. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Subscribe to Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on TikTok at Scottie McClue. Twitch is Scottie_McClue. Good night. God bless. Dinky do. And ta-ra, lads. Dinky.